Good afternoon. This is Akashwani, and I'm Lalema Aneja Dang with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi reaffirms government's commitment to support young innovators, says startups are playing a pivotal role in building an Aatmanirbhar Bharat. Government to bring Seed Act 2026 in the budget session of Parliament to curb sale of poor quality seeds. BJP-Shiv Sena alliance Mahayuti takes early lead as counting of votes of Maharashtra civic body polls underway. BJP to elect its party's national president on Tuesday. United States warns Iran of all possible measures against crackdown on protesters. Iran rejects escalation and calls it an act of aggression. And in badminton, ace Indian shuttler Lakshya Sen to face Chun-yi of Chinese Taipei in men's singles quarterfinal of India Open in New Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that startups are playing a pivotal role in building an Aatmanirbhar Bharat. Extending his best wishes to the country's vibrant startup community on the National Startup Day, the Prime Minister reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting young innovators. In a series of social media posts, PM Modi said the government has been working with all stakeholders to further strengthen the country's startup ecosystem. He also acknowledged the contribution of mentors, incubators, investors and academic institutions in nurturing startups. Mr. Modi said the occasion celebrates the courage, innovation and entrepreneurial spirit of the youth who have strengthened India's position in the global startup system. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is now attending an event marking a decade of Startup India on National Startup Day at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. We go over live to listen to the Prime Minister's address.
अभी 12 जनवरी को युवा दिवस पर मैं देश भर से आए हुए करीब 3000 युवकों से 2-2.5 घंटे तक उनको सुनता रहा था, उनके साथ बैठा था और आज मुझे आप सबको सुनने का और मेरे देश के नौजवानों को उनकी शक्ति के दर्शन करने का मुझे सौभाग्य मिला है। साथियों, सबसे अहम बात यह है कि भारत के युवाओं का फोकस रियल प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने पर है। हमारे वो यंग इनोवेटर्स जिन्होंने नए सपने देखने का साहस दिखाया, मैं उन सभी की बहुत बहुत सराहना करता हूं। साथियों, आज हम स्टार्टअप इंडिया के 10 साल पूरे होने का माइलस्टोन सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं। 10 साल की ये जर्नी सिर्फ एक सरकारी स्कीम की सक्सेस स्टोरी नहीं है, ये आप जैसे हजारों लाखों सपनों की जर्नी है। ये कितनी ही कल्पनाओं के साकार होने की यात्रा है। आप याद करिए, 10 साल पहले हालत क्या थे? इंडिविजुअल एफर्ट्स और इनोवेशन के लिए बहुत गुंजाइश ही नहीं थी। हमने उन परिस्थितियों को चैलेंज किया, हमने स्टार्टअप इंडिया प्रोग्राम लॉन्च किया, हमने युवाओं को खुला आसमान दिया और आज नतीजा हमारे सामने है।
On the occasion of the 10th National Startup Day today, Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has said that India's startup ecosystem marked a historic milestone in the last decade, reflecting on a journey of innovation, resilience and global recognition.
Not that it has been an easy journey for any of them. They've also faced difficulties. They've also had to mortgage their homes to start their entrepreneurial journey or fructify their ideas. They've also gone through failures. Apart from what you will take away from Honorable Prime Minister's very invaluable guidance and comments, will also help you shape your own journey as you progress in your life, in your careers to greater heights of success.
Startup representatives have shared valuable insights from their entrepreneurial journey.
Since our Honorable Prime Minister took over in 2014, India's startup ecosystem has been thriving and we are well on our way to become the startup capital of the world. The number of registered startups in India have grown to massive 73,000 this year. More than 50% of them come from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. We now have more than 100 unicorns and growing. All of this was never possible without PM's vision. Through initiatives like Startup India and Aatmanirbhar Bharat, our Prime Minister has continuously championed entrepreneurship and systematically solved hurdles.
In 2016, I very clearly remember how PM Modi ji inaugurated the Startup India mission, but very few could actually sense what was going to happen. Cut to 2022, 6 years, and we have seen how the startup growth rate has increased, how the faith of a common man in starting a new business, the MSME support, the grants, the payment revolution that has happened, that has kicked in, especially during COVID times. I feel our entire startup growth has come on the back of the Startup India mission.
The government will bring Seed Act 2026 in the upcoming budget session of Parliament. Briefing media in New Delhi today, Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said the legislation aims to curb the sale of poor quality, fake and unauthorized seeds. It also aims to ensure high-quality, certified seeds for farmers, strengthening enforcement against substandard inputs and promoting climate-resilient varieties.
There will be traceability system in place. It will be possible to identify where the seeds have come from to the dealer. The arrangement will ensure that substandard seeds do not enter the system at all, and even if they do, they will be detected and the person who supplied them can be penalized. Seed companies will be properly registered. This will make it possible to immediately obtain information if someone sells seeds without authorization. I would like to clarify one point. These restrictions will not apply to traditional seeds that farmers have been using for generations, as farmers also exchange seeds among themselves.
The Maharashtra civic body poll results are showing a favourable trend for the Bharatiya Janata Party Shiv Sena alliance, according to early trends as votes are being counted for elections to 29 civic bodies. The BJP-Shiv Sena alliance surged past the halfway mark in the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation elections, taking the lead in 115 of the 227 seats as counting progressed in Mumbai. 9 candidates have been declared official winners so far. Of these, the Shiv Sena has won 4, BJP 3 and Congress 1 ward. AIM also registered 1 victory in BMC. In contrast, the opposition combine of Shiv Sena UBT, Raj Thackeray-led Maharashtra Navnirman Sena MNS and Sharad Pawar's NCP struggled to keep pace, managing leads in just 68 wards. The Congress trailed further behind, securing early advantages in only 10 seats. Counting of votes for 115 seats is currently in progress in Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. As per the latest trends, the BJP is leading on 21 seats, followed by Shiv Sena with 15 seats. Shiv Sena UBT is ahead on 6 seats, while AIM is leading on 12 seats. Counting is continuing across all counting centres and the final results are awaited. The BJP today announced the schedule for election of the party's national president. The nomination will be filed on the 19th of this month, and on the same day the scrutiny of nomination papers will be done. The election will be held on the 20th of January. The Ministry of Statistics and Programme Implementation, MOSPI, is getting ready for an important base year revision exercise. In an exclusive interview with Akashvani News, Secretary MOSPI Saurabh Garg explained that the base year is required in all the macroeconomic indicators. He said, during the last 10 years, the Indian economy has seen massive structural change.
So what we are now doing in the rebasing exercise is that up till now, our base year was 2011-12. One of the reasons why we need the base year, we need a base for comparison. And over the past 10 years, there have been a number of changes that have happened. For example, the structure of the economy has changed. You have digitization that has happened. You have new sources of energy that have come up, renewable sources, and the consumption patterns of people. So for all these reasons and a combination of these, the structure of the economy has changed.
Well, the interview will be broadcast today at 9:30 p.m. in our current affairs program on 100.1 Akashwani FM Gold channel and additional frequencies. This is Akashwani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of stories and more, you may log on to our website, www.newsonair.gov.in, and download the News on AIR app. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said that over the last 2 decades, India and Japan have successfully transformed their relationship from a purely economic one into a comprehensive and strategic partnership. Dr. Jaishankar made these remarks during the opening session of talks with his Japanese counterpart Toshimitsu Motegi in New Delhi today. Dr. Jaishankar highlighted that India's Mahasagar initiative and vision for the Indo-Pacific closely align with Japan's free and open Indo-Pacific outlook. The External Affairs Minister further said that both countries are looking forward to discussing various bilateral issues.
Economic security today is particularly paramount. I think both our countries attach enormous importance to it. And how to de-risk our own economies and how to de-risk the international economy are both very important. So we will be discussing resilient supply chains, critical minerals, how to address energy, health and maritime security. Next year, we will celebrate the 75th anniversary of our diplomatic ties. Special and strategic and global partnership is on a continuously upward trajectory.
The United States has warned Iran that it is considering all possible measures to stop what it says is a violent crackdown on protesters. Speaking at an emergency session of United Nations Security Council in New York last night, the U.S. Permanent Representative Mike Waltz said President Trump had made it clear that all options are on the table to stop the killing of protesters. Iran's Deputy Permanent Representative Ghulam Hussain Darzi said any act of aggression, direct or indirect, would be met with a decisive, proportionate and lawful response. Here's a report.
Behind the scenes, diplomatic efforts are underway to prevent further escalation. Several Arab states are reported to have walked over the recent days to ease tensions between Washington and Tehran. While authorities in Iran suggest a return to calm in some areas, a state-imposed communication blackout remains in place. Rights group says at least 2,400 protesters have been killed since the crackdown began, with thousands more arrested as international concern and calls for accountability continues to grow. Meanwhile, the Pentagon said that it is redeploying a carrier strike group from South China Sea towards West Asia as tensions between the United States and Iran continue to escalate. Vinod Kumar for Akashwani News, Dubai.
The United Kingdom Conservative Party leader and MP Bob Blackman raised grave concerns over a disastrous situation in Bangladesh where Hindus are being murdered on the streets, their houses and temples set ablaze. He said that other religious minorities are suffering similar fate. Speaking in the House of Commons, he said the unrest comes as Bangladesh prepares for February 12 elections marked by serious democratic concerns, including the ban on the Awami League and calls by Islamic extremists for constitutional changes. Ace Indian shuttler Lakshya Sen will face Chun-yi of Chinese Taipei in the men's singles quarterfinal of India Open Badminton tournament in New Delhi today. The match is scheduled to start at 3 p.m. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi reaffirms government's commitment to support young innovators, says startups are playing a pivotal role in building an Aatmanirbhar Bharat. Government to bring Seed Act 2026 in budget session of Parliament to curb sale of poor quality seeds. BJP-Shiv Sena alliance Mahayuti takes early lead as counting of votes of Maharashtra civic body polls underway. BJP to elect its party's national president on Tuesday. United States warns Iran of all possible measures against crackdown on protesters. Iran rejects escalation and calls it an act of aggression. And in badminton, ace Indian shuttler Lakshya Sen to face Chun-yi of Chinese Taipei in men's singles quarterfinal of India Open in New Delhi. And with that, we end the Midday News.